If you truly believed one verse could change your life, would you live the same way you did yesterday? Hell no. Stop playing small. This isn't Sunday school. This is war. And today I'm handing you the most powerful weapon in the Bible. Most people skim the Bible like it's a motivational pamphlet. Big mistake. Buried inside is a verse so powerful it can transform your mindset, destroy fear, and launch you into divine destiny. This isn't feel-good fluff. This is spiritual firepower. You want a breakthrough? It starts right here. You're not alone. You're not weak. You are backed by the ultimate force in existence, the creator of heaven and earth, the one who spoke galaxies into motion, who split seas, shut lions' mouths, and resurrected the dead. That same power, that same authority, that same limitless strength is on your side. So what's your excuse? Seriously, what are you still afraid of? The opinions of people who don't even believe in themselves? The fear of failing at something you haven't even tried yet? Let me be brutally honest. If you truly understood who was backing you, you wouldn't walk like a coward, you'd walk like a conqueror. Imagine having the CEO of the universe in your corner, more powerful than any president, more connected than any billionaire, more unstoppable than any army. And you're out here doubting yourself because of a few setbacks? That's not humility, that's spiritual amnesia. You forgot who's backing you. You forgot the DNA of divinity flows through your purpose. When you have God on your side, the impossible becomes inevitable. The odds don't matter, the statistics don't matter, the haters, the critics, the failures, none of it matters. Because when God is for you, nothing and no one can stand against you. Not permanently, not effectively, and definitely not successfully. But here's the raw truth. Most people don't live like they believe this. They pray like beggars, think like victims, and act like orphans, when in reality they're royalty. And if that's you, it's time to wake the hell up. You were not put on this planet to just exist and hope for the best. You were created for purpose, for power, and for impact. That verse, Romans 8:31, isn't a suggestion. It's a declaration of war against limitation. It's God saying, I'm with you. Now move. You're backed by the ultimate strategist, the divine provider, the source of all wisdom and strength. And yet you're out here worried about what your cousin thinks of your dreams? Give me a break. Stop playing small. Stop living like your power source is a maybe. If you truly believe God was for you, your daily actions would be bolder, your goals would be bigger, and your mindset would be unshakable. But let me warn you, backing means nothing without belief. God's presence doesn't override your permission. You've got to agree with him. You've got to act like it, talk like it, walk like it, every single day. So the next time fear creeps in, remind yourself who's got your back. The next time you want to quit, remember who's holding your future. You're not running solo. You're not hustling in your own strength. You've got the ultimate power source driving you forward. So stop stalling, stop doubting, and start executing like someone who's carrying the authority of heaven. Because that's who you are. And that's who you were always meant to be. Fear is a lie. It's not real. It's a mental prison you built brick by brick, using every doubt, every setback, every whisper of insecurity you've ever let in. And here's the brutal truth. You believed it. You gave fear power by bowing your head and backing off when you should have pushed forward. Fear is fiction, an illusion with no authority unless you hand it the keys to your mind. Most people live their lives serving fear like it's a god. They make decisions based on what might go wrong instead of what could go right. And guess what? That's why they're broken, and begging for purpose. Because fear runs the show, and faith is sitting in the back seat, tied up and ignored. If God is for you, and he is, then fear is not just irrelevant, it's insulting. It insults the power of the Almighty, who put breath in your lungs and purpose in your soul. When you walk around anxious, timid, and second-guessing your calling, you're telling God his promises aren't enough. You're calling him a liar with your actions. And don't misunderstand me. This isn't about being careless. This is about being courageous. Faith doesn't mean you don't see the danger. It means you charge forward anyway because you know who's walking with you. Faith isn't some feel-good emotion you save for Sunday mornings. Faith is a weapon. It's sharp. It's aggressive. It slices through doubt, demolishes excuses, and pierces through every obstacle trying to block your destiny. You don't hold faith. You swing it. You fight with it. But most of you have laid it down in exchange for comfort, and comfort is the silent killer of calling. Fear has one job: to keep you average, and it's been doing its job well until now. You want a new level of life? Kill fear. You want to walk in authority? Starve fear. You want to see miracles, progress, transformation? Bury fear under the truth of Romans 8:31. If God is for us, who can be against us? That's not poetry, that's war strategy. You either stand on that or you sit in the sandbox with the rest of the excuse makers. Don't just quote that verse, live it. Let it infect your mindset until fear has no oxygen left. You weren't born to be timid. You weren't saved to survive. You were chosen to concur. So the next time fear starts whispering, don't negotiate. Don't entertain it. Get loud. Shout it down with truth. You've wasted enough time bowing to ghosts. Now it's time to rise up like a warrior of God, focused, fearless, and on fire. Because fear is a lie, and you've got no time for lies when you're building a legacy. This verse crushes every excuse like a sledgehammer. When you truly grasp the power behind, if God is for us, who can be against us? You realize that excuses are nothing but weak stories we tell ourselves to avoid facing hard truths. Excuses come from fear, laziness, and a lack of faith, but this verse calls all that nonsense out and sends it packing. It reminds you that no external force, no toxic boss, no unforgiving past, no nagging inner voice of doubt has the power to stop you if God is on your side. That's not just motivation. That's a battle-tested fact. The battlefield of life is ruthless, and the enemy thrives on your hesitation, your rationalizations, and your comfort zones. But this verse demands you get up, shut up, and execute. You don't have time to whine about why you can't start, why you can't grow, or why you're stuck. The moment you start making excuses, you're walking away from the most powerful backing imaginable. It's like telling a world-class army, sorry, I don't think I want to fight today. It's insane. Excuses are your mortal enemy because they keep you trapped in mediocrity and fear, but faith backed by action is your rocket fuel. Execution doesn't care about how many times you've failed before or how many reasons you think you have to sit out. It only cares about getting up and moving forward. Every second you spend whining about your situation is a second loss to someone who decided to take control and trust that divine power. You want results? Then stop talking yourself out of your destiny. Stop letting fear and doubt be your steering wheel. This verse is a call to arms, a declaration that when you commit to action with faith, nothing and no one can stand in your way. When God fights for you, obstacles become opportunities to show how unstoppable you really are. Your excuses, they don't matter. They never mattered. It's time to get ruthless with your excuses, to see them for what they really are. Chains you must break if you want to rise. Execution is the ultimate proof of belief. It's the difference between dreaming and doing, between talking and conquering. So, when doubt whispers that you're not good enough or your situation is hopeless, roar back with this verse. Remind yourself who's in your corner. Get off the sidelines, face the fight head on, and execute relentlessly. Excuses will fall and victory will be yours. You were born for impact. Listen closely. No one's life is meant to be lived on autopilot, wandering aimlessly through days filled with hesitation, doubt, and excuses. You were not designed to be a spectator in your own life, watching others conquer, achieve, and dominate while you settle for mediocrity. There is a fire burning inside you, a power waiting to be unleashed that can shake the foundations of your world and the world around you. This isn't about reckless ambition or selfish gain. This is righteous domination, the kind of force that moves mountains and breaks chains. It's about stepping into the fullness of who you were created to be, with boldness and unwavering conviction. This verse, if God is for us, who can be against us, is not just a comforting line to repeat when things get tough. It's your official permission slip to go all in on your purpose, your mission, your calling. No more holding back, no more playing small or waiting for the perfect moment that never comes. This is your green light to stop apologizing for wanting greatness, to stop retreating from challenges that test your resolve. You have divine backing. You have a power behind you so strong that the opposition you face doesn't stand a chance in the long run. Imagine a warrior on the battlefield. Do they hesitate? Do they second guess themselves when the enemy approaches? No. They advance. They push forward with ferocity, with strategy, with everything they've got. That's exactly how you must move through life, with relentless determination, with the confidence that comes from knowing that the creator of the universe is in your corner. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be bold enough to take action time and time again, even when fear tries to hold you back. You were made to shake things up, to disrupt the status quo, to leave a legacy so powerful that it echoes beyond your lifetime. That kind of impact isn't reserved for a select few. It's available to anyone who refuses to settle and who fully embraces the truth that God's power is greater than any obstacle. When you internalize this truth, you stop waiting for permission from others to live big. You stop caring about the naysayers who doubt your potential. You'll become unstoppable. But here's the catch. Going all in means commitment. It means sacrifice. It means facing discomfort head on. It means saying no to distractions, to negativity, to anything that doesn't align with your mission. It means relentless focus and discipline, because impact doesn't come from half measures. It comes from grinding, from pushing past limits, from refusing to quit no matter how hard the fight gets. So, step into your power. Walk through the door that verse is open for you and claim your place as a force to be reckoned with. Live like the warrior you are, bold, fearless, relentless. You were born to dominate, to lead, to change the game. The world is waiting for the impact only you can make. Don't hold back. Advance with everything inside you. The time is now. Listen carefully. This verse, if God is for us, who can be against us, is not just a catchy line to recite when things get tough. It's not a memory verse you pull out like a lucky charm or a motivational quote you pin on your wall and forget about. This is a mindset, a total mental overhaul, a way of living that demands every fiber of your being to align with its power. And to live this verse means to think differently. You stop entertaining doubts and fears because you understand that you are backed by the ultimate force. Your mind becomes a battlefield where negative thoughts don't get a single inch of ground. You wake up every morning with an unshakable confidence that no matter what opposition or challenge comes your way, you are already victorious because God's backing is undefeatable. Fucking it means your actions are bold and deliberate. You stop playing it safe or shrinking away from hard fights. When doors close, you don't back down. You push harder, knowing you're not doing it alone. Your posture, your words, your very presence screams strength and certainty. This verse becomes your battle cry, your fuel to move forward when others quit. When setbacks hit, you don't collapse into fear or excuses. You rise, you execute, and you dominate because your mindset says, no one, absolutely no one, can stop me. Speaking it means your words carry weight. You don't mutter prayers half-heartedly or complain about your circumstances. Your language is charged with power, conviction, and faith. You declare victory before you see it, because that's how leaders operate. They don't wait for perfect conditions, they create them with the mindset that God is on their side. Your declarations influence your reality. And when your words reflect the truth of this verse, your life will begin to change dramatically. If your life doesn't reflect this verse, then it's plain and simple, you don't believe it. You might say you do, but your daily choices, your reactions, and your attitude tell the real story. Faith is demonstrated by action and thought, not just by repetition of words. Belief shifts how you see obstacles, not as barriers, but as opportunities to grow, learn, and conquer. When you genuinely believe God is for you, fear loses its grip, doubt is exposed as the lie it is. You operate from a place of strength, not weakness. Aligning your thoughts with this truth is the key to unleashing extraordinary breakthroughs. It rewires your brain to scan for solutions, to embrace challenges, and to push past pain. It unlocks a confidence that commands respect and opens doors that once seemed sealed shut. People will start noticing the difference in you. Your energy, your persistence, your unstoppable drive. This isn't about blind optimism or pretending problems don't exist. It's about anchored confidence rooted in divine backing. It's a refusal to let fear or opposition dictate your future. This mindset turns setbacks into setups for comebacks. It's what separates the winners from the quitters, the doers from the dreamers. So stop treating this verse like a nice phrase. Own it. Live it with every thought, every word, and every action. When you do, you won't just survive the battles life throws at you, you'll conquer them with power and purpose. This is the mindset that builds empires, breaks chains, and changes destinies. If you want to move from average to unstoppable, start thinking like this now. Because belief without action is dead. But belief with action, that's unstoppable power. When the enemy shows up, that's not a sign you failed or that you should back down. It's a sign you're on the right path, right in the crosshairs of destiny. Let me make this crystal clear. Opposition is proof that you are moving in the direction God intended for you. If you never face resistance, if you never hit walls or feel pressure, you're likely stuck in a comfort zone that's quietly killing your potential. Real growth, real impact, real power. These come through challenge, conflict, and pushing against forces that don't want you to win. So when the enemy raises his ugly head, don't cry, don't complain, don't make excuses. You don't have time for weakness. Just dig her heels in and move forward harder, faster, smarter. The moment you face pushback is the moment to accelerate your effort and refuse to quit. Opposition isn't a barrier, it's a stepping stone. It's not the end of the line, it's the crucible that forges champions. When the world tries to knock you down, that's God's way of testing if you're serious enough to rise above and claim your throne. Pressure doesn't destroy you, it reveals you. It strips away the weak, the distracted, and the half-hearted. Only those who embrace it and learn from it come out stronger, wiser, and more determined. Pressure builds empires. Think about every great leader, every breakthrough entrepreneur, every historical figure who changed the game. They weren't handed success on a silver platter. They faced opposition, resistance, and sometimes outright hostility. What set them apart was not a lack of enemies, but a refusal to let those enemies define their future. They leaned in. They welcomed the grind. They made the hard road their path to greatness. You want to live an extraordinary life, you have to expect enemies and obstacles to show up. And when they do, see them for what they really are, signs that you're on the right track. Opposition proves your movement matters. If no one is pushing back, you're probably moving quietly, waiting, or playing it safe. But if you're truly stepping into your purpose, you'll face resistance. It's a sign you're threatening the status quo, breaking through old limits and disrupting complacency. This is good news, not bad. It means your dreams are too big, your vision too bold, and your impact too real to be ignored. This is the moment to stop fearing resistance and start embracing it as a necessary part of your journey. Every setback, every criticism, every closed door is an opportunity to get smarter, tougher, and more relentless. With God backing you, no opposition can permanently stop you unless you let it. Your power lies not in avoiding battle, but in showing up for it with unshakable faith and ferocious determination. The battle isn't just around you, it's inside you. When you conquer doubt, fear, and pain, the external fights become easier. You become a force that no enemy can reckon with. So the next time you feel the pressure rising, the naysayers growing louder, or the challenge is multiplying, remember this: opposition is the universe's way of confirming your importance. It's proof that your destiny is real and within reach. Don't shy away, don't weaken, don't lean into the fight, because pressure builds empires, and empires are built by warriors who refuse to quit. So what now? Go back to small thinking? Or do you step into the battlefield of life knowing the ultimate force has your back? The next time fear knocks, answer with Romans 8:31. God is for you. Who the hell can be against you? Now go execute like you believe it. Like, subscribe, dominate,